listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together right now over me.
All right. Thank you for being here. Sit back, take your shoes off, and listen and enjoy. It's time for Happy Hour. I'm Cameron Cooper. I thank you for joining us. This is Wednesday, August 8th, 2007. We're coming to you live from Tempe, Arizona. I just want to update you guys here. If you don't know already, we do have a brand new website for you to access all of our shows on, as well as see the beautiful faces of our hosts sitting behind the mics that you don't normally get to see, but you get to listen to. Please check it out at this website, wavelength-radio.com. That's wavelength-radio.com. Just to give you a brief show of the night, we're going to be talking about just a few various entertainments, issues, and news, and much more. Now, this past Saturday, songwriter Lee Hazelwood, who wrote the song "These Boots Are Made for Walking," has died at his home in Henderson, Nevada, from cancer. He was 78 years old. And now here singing that forever cool, hip number is Nancy Sinatra. We'll be right back. Please enjoy. These boots are made for walking.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Go ahead. Just say, we're looking for the song.
Okay. I just speaking with our technician here in the studio. I apologize for that. We do want to bring you this cool hip song by Nancy Sinatra. However,
No mouse.
It will just take a moment, and I can't play with the mouse right now. So
No, just give us a second.
No, yeah, just give us a second. We do want to get this song playing for you. And, well, I just want to talk about my day today. I had a great day today, actually.
Never mind, go back to the boots.
Okay. Can I finish my story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Of course, I have a rooster, and I have hens. And this is sort of new to our little environment there. And had our first 2 eggs today. So that was sort of an exciting thing. And I know so many of us have grown up in the city, and you go to the supermarket, buy your eggs, and buy your bacon, and you think little of really where it comes from, short of the grocery store. You throw it in the pan, you fry it, you cook it, you eat it. It was great. And but getting back to nature just a little bit, I decided to get a rooster and some hens. Built a hen house and an area for them to survive in. And it's been real entertaining. And I don't know what my technician's doing, but one more of those and he's out the door. All right. Are we ready, technician?
Yes.
All right. I've been cued. We're ready. I want to bring you that song once again. Sorry to lose this great artist and personality, songwriter Lee Hazelwood, this past week. These Boots Are Made for Walking, made very famous by Nancy Sinatra. Please enjoy her version.
You keep saying you got something for me, something you call love, but confess you've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin', and now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. Yeah. You keep lying when you ought to be truthin', and you keep losing when you ought to not bet. You keep saying when you ought to be a-changin'. Now what's right is right, but you ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. You keep playing where you shouldn't be playing, and you keep thinking that you'll never get burned. Ha! I just found me a brand new box of matches, yeah. And what he knows you ain't had time to learn. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. Are you ready, Boots? Start walking.
All right. We're back. Thank you for joining us. You are listening to Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper. And following this show, we have a great show with Patrick Adam coming up at the 9 o'clock hour if you're in the Phoenix area. And after that, at the 10 o'clock hour, we'll be having our second broadcast of the Roundtable with Mr. Charles Peterson, Patrick Adam, and myself, Cameron Cooper. And please stay tuned for all these shows after Happy Hour. In the news recently, we have Mr. Eddie Murphy, once again, in the news. He was court-ordered to take DNA test that proved, yes, you are the father. Now, the mother is singer and Spice Girl Mel B, a very nice-looking young lady. Now, Eddie says that he will pay child support and pay for the pregnancy and hospital stay, but he wants no visitation. And congratulations, Eddie. What a great dad that is. Wants no visitation. I don't understand that, folks. I really don't. Now, Murphy was famously detained by the police 10 years ago in 1997 after driving with a transvestite prostitute in his car. Murphy insisted he was merely giving his very unusual passenger a ride home. Now, why is it, guys, every time he is in the news, it has something to do with his Johnson? All right. Now, I guess maybe he's got a new movie coming out called The Beverly Hills Cock. All right, listen. Listen to me, you transtesticular bastard. Be a man and get involved with your kid's life. All right? It doesn't take much more than that. Now, on the other page of the news, we have Chris Rock, currently involved in a paternity suit from a gal in Georgia. She claims that he fathered her 13-year-old son. Now, Rock admits to having had a limited relationship, I think that means one-night stand, with the woman he met at an LA nightclub. He's already denied being the father. Now, folks, I don't know. I like Chris Rock. I've seen him in interviews. I've seen him with his wife. And the guy seems to be pretty down to earth. And, you know, what do you really can tell off of somebody that you see on the media? I don't know, but just gut instinct. I think the guy may be clean on this, and I think she's a gold digger. I think she had a one-night stand. She got a chance to be somebody famous, and if she got pregnant, maybe it wasn't from him. Maybe it was. Probably wasn't. But bottom line, she's a gold digger. Now, moving on to something a little bit more responsible. Van Halen back in the news after so many years. Well, I guess if you follow Rolling Stones magazine, they've probably been in the news all these years. but as far as hitting mainstream news, they are hitting hard right now, and going to hit even harder next week. According to Billboard.com, the classic band Van Halen will finally reunite with original singer David Lee Roth for a tour that's set to begin in October. The announcement is expected to be made official next week at a press conference in Hollywood. Now, that is a far cry better, my friends, than listening to David Lee Roth singing Strummin' with the Devil. All right? If you guys got a chance to hear this, it was some sorry shit. All right? He's taking Van Halen songs that were made famous, and he's backing them up with a bluegrass band. The fiddles, the banjo, the whole 9 yards. And he's out there in the middle of these clowns doing, what is that?
Strumming?
I get up, nothing gets me down. You know, it's pathetic. That's the level it was at. Now, I know he had a short-lived career as a radio DJ, something to do with Howard Stern and one of his deals that he had going. I know that he's now with, talk to my producer, who is he with?
Who?
Howard Stern.
Who is he with?
Yeah, what's his station? Sirius.
Sirius.
Howard Stern with Sirius Radio. But before the deal went with Sirius, I think he was somebody else. I'm not really sure. The deal bounced around a little bit. David Lee Roth was an in-between, and then Howard Stern came back. But and I was watching it was actually on YouTube. Give them a plug. Some interview footage of him around that time frame, which I think maybe, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, something like that. And the guy's mouth and jawline were like streaming back and forth. Obviously, facial expressions and stuff, tensing the veins in his neck and the tendons in his neck, and just making these grotesque faces like a tweaker. The guy's just on drugs. And I don't know where he's at right now.
Hey, I got a question real quick before you. Put on your headphones. Is this what the banjo music sounds like?
Yeah. Matter of fact. I get up and nothing gets me down. Yeah, that's David Lee Roth's band right there. Former band. Now he's back with the real band, Van Halen. And I got to take these headphones off, though. They're really messing me up, folks. Thank you for that, though. I enjoyed that hillbilly stuff. Strumming with the devil. It was torture to listen to, folks. I'm using a little bit of different. If I sound a little out of sorts, I'm using a little bit different format in my in processing of information and my notes and memories and how I deliver my show to you. So if I have a little jittery tonight, please bear with me. Just trying something out here, folks. Going back to Van Halen, great band back in the 80s. I think basically, if you want to call them the big hair band, they basically sort of paved the way for a lot of bands that came after them, including Guns N' Roses many years later. You look at their lead singer, Axl Rose, and their band members and styles, and just a lot of similarities. And they were the grandfathers of, in a sense, the grandfathers of this type of show, or this type of song. I'm sorry, but my producer was tapping him on the shoulder, and he wants me to remind you to please call these phone numbers. We want to hear your interests, your concerns, your opinions.
Call now.
And we want you to call now. Please call nationwide 1-800-421-4969. 617-288-5308. Locally in the Phoenix area, 602-288-6794. We look forward to hearing from you. And if you want to talk about something completely different than the content we've got going on the show tonight, please feel free to change the subject. I'm just here to speak my thoughts. And I certainly enjoy your interjection if you have something to say. I want to hear from you. Give me a call. You're listening to Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper. We're going to play you a song right now by that original...
No.
We're just going to play you a song. I do want to play you a song by Van Halen, but we're not playing it for you right now. But we are going to play you a song. It's a good one. Please enjoy it. You're listening to Happy Hour. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wave Pictures. Wave Pictures. You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together right now over me.
All right, we're back. This is Cameron Cooper with Happy Hour. All right. Now, I did want to play you a song by Van Halen. We were talking about their tour that's coming up. They're going to announce next week in a press conference, and look forward to hearing about that. It'll be interesting to see, what they look like and what their sound is going to be. Are they going to bring in some brand new material or songs? And how do you do that?
How do I do what?
I don't know. A man of many talents. It's all these different things he can do with these computers and stuff. Sorry, folks. That was just internal talk. I apologize. That was unprofessional. But I do want to... I'm curious about that because I guess I was at the age when Van Halen was around when I was younger, and it was just sort of a hip kind of band everybody was into and stuff like that. You know, you grow your hair out long and... you're like the rock star look, and you want to be in a band. I was in several garage bands and things like that, and it was a lot of fun. So I guess it's fond memory. So to see these guys coming back in their original band that started off, that really this combination of people and influences really made them what they are. I mean, nothing against Sammy Hagar. He's a great musician and talent. But in my opinion, nobody could ever really take the place of David Lee Roth because, it's like saying when you saw David Lee Roth on his own, he was David Lee Roth, but he wasn't Van Halen, and vice versa. When Van Halen had somebody else, they've had like at least 2 or 3 different people. It wasn't just Sammy Hagar, and I don't know what happened to them. I haven't been keeping up on the band, but I had no idea that Sammy Hagar was no longer with Van Halen. Now, I used to listen to Sammy Hagar before he went into Van Halen. I'm not really sure. It wasn't quite as publicized as when they had the one band where the lead singer committed suicide. He hung himself in a hotel room. I can't. It's right on the edge of my tongue.
Nirvana?
No.
The guy who was masturbating and hung himself?
Yeah, something like that.
Who was the guy that did that?
That sounds very familiar, but I don't know.
That
I don't know his name.
yeah, I can't think of the name.
Get our producer on. Leah!
Yeah, we'll talk to the producer, but
she's on the other side of the glass.
we want to find out what is this other band.
Hey, Leah, what's the name of the guy that hung himself while masturbating? A musician?
What?
Start with an H. Hershing.
You don't know?
No.
I guess not.
All right. Well, our producer is no help to us tonight. So, but nonetheless, though, it'll probably come to me late on the broadcast, and I'll go.
Have them email us.
Email me if you know.
Call in.
Call out. Now, don't email right now because I'm not checking emails right this second. But please call in. Our phone number is once again 1-800-421-5308, and locally Phoenix 602-288-6794. I can't think of the name of the band, but nonetheless, so they actually had a contest or something where they were looking for a new lead singer because their lead singer committed suicide. And they were a great band. And I don't know how they're doing. But Van Halen went through a little bit of a process like that, a little less publicized. They didn't have a contest. They just found somebody. All right. Folks, we do have a caller. And we're going to go ahead and take a call right now. Hello, you're listening to Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper, caller. How you doing tonight? Are you there?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? I'm breaking up just a little bit with you.
Hey, man, what's up?
All right. Did you have something to say about the Van Halen band, or did you want to interject something else tonight?
Yeah, but I'm thinking about that Henley Ross, and it just reminded me of a clip from a movie I like by Lady. It's called Wedding Singer with Adam Handler or Sandler.
Adam Sandler, yeah, The Wedding Singer, yeah, with Drew Barrymore. A great movie. Yeah, I love that movie. One of my favorites.
What she says, licking the microphone like David Lee Roth.
What's his name?
Remember when she when she comes back wearing his Van Halen t-shirt, they got jigs with the band's gonna break up. Remember that?
Yeah, Adam Sandler.
But
Yeah,
that part of the movie where she's like, "Hey, take your Van Halen t-shirt off, and you break the band, they're gonna break. You want the t-shirt, the band, they're gonna break up."
Well, I didn't really quite catch all that, but obviously you like the movie, and you like the band Van Halen, is that right?
Hey man, hey, cocaine's a hell of a drug, man. Hey, I just want to give a shout out to Cameron, man. I love the show, man. Let's do it. Peace.
All right, peace. I didn't get the guy's name, but we appreciate you calling in tonight. It sounded like maybe he had just a couple. I'm not really sure. But moving on from that, though, I do want to speak about something that happened this past week, and it's got the whole nation's attention right now, and that is in Utah. We had the mine that collapsed, and we have 6 miners at this moment trapped underground. Now, my understanding is that they're 1,500 feet underground and 4 miles from the entrance. And they, Monday, when the mine collapsed, that same day, I believe, or Tuesday possibly, they tried to go in through a closed mine shaft that had a more accessible proximity to where they're located, and realized it was too dangerous and had to abort that mission. Now, their next game plan is to burrow through, I guess, which is going to take a long time. And we'll get back with this. We do have another caller, and we do want to listen to their comments. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, is this Cameron Cooper?
Yes, this is Cameron Cooper. You're listening to Happy Hour. Who is this?
Oh, I just wanted to tell you I love your show.
Well, thank you. We appreciate your listening. Did you have something to comment on tonight about the mine, or what did you?
No, I just wanted to let you know I listen to your show almost every single night.
Well, I appreciate that. All of a sudden I have these little tingly hairs running up the back of my neck. I feel like Bob Barker or something. You know, I definitely appreciate that.
Oh, we got another call.
And actually, all right, Leah, we appreciate that you're calling in and your appreciation. Please keep listening to us. We have another caller. Go ahead, caller. Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong number.
Who were you calling?
Leah?
Leah. No, actually, you've called into Wavelength Radio. And you're on live radio right now, my friend. Apparently you're not listening to our radio show, but do you have something to tell our listening audience since you've called in on a wrong number?
No, I don't. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. That's just too funny, folks. Now, we certainly enjoy the calls that you guys want to call in, and those are unexpected, but they do happen. Now, getting back to the story with the miners. Now, the mine is called, the mine had caved in Monday. They're still trapped at this moment, and we're unable to get to them. What they're trying to do at this moment is actually drill a 2-inch hole into the miner's location just to provide them an access for air, food, water, and communications until we can dig them out. And what they're saying right now, folks, it can take up to a week. All right? That's a long time. So I'm hoping we can find these gentlemen alive at that time. We are going to take a station ID break and play you one song, and we'll be back with you in just a moment. You're listening to Wavelength Radio. This is Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wave Pictures. You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together right now over me.
All right, you're back with Cameron Cooper. You're listening to Happy Hour on Wavelength Radio. Once again, we invite your calls, you callers, nationwide, 1-800-421-5308. Local listeners, 602-288-6794. Now, we've been going back to the mine that has collapsed here last week, Monday. And these gentlemen are still trapped underneath the ground right now as we speak. And currently, the rescue efforts are drilling a hole to give them access to air and food, water, and communications. The reason they're doing that, folks, is because it's going to take a week or more to try to dig them out. And let's hope that we find these people alive. I just did their phone number.
Do it again.
All right. My producer's telling me to give the phone number one more time again, and I would like to control my data here. The phone number, once again, nationwide, folks, is 1-800-421-5308. Local listeners, 288-6794. Bear with me here, folks. I told you I was using a new format, and I've gotten out of sorts here for just a second here. And totally lost my place, folks, but bear with me. I want to speak more about the mine. It's a terrible situation. This is not the first mine that's collapsed. I think the uniqueness about this situation is that we have people on one side saying that there was an earthquake, some kind of seismic, situation that caused the mine to collapse, and on the other side, which is the side of the CEO and the operator of the mine, which this mine, what is the name of this mine here? Crandall Canyon Mine. It's northwest of Huntington, Utah. This guy, Bob Murray, he's a CEO and part owner. All right, so he's invested, folks. He's invested. Now, above ground, we're trying to dig them out. And below ground, they're waiting for us to dig them out. And I'm sure that this CEO, Bob Murray, is doing everything that he could possibly do within his reach to try to get this going. he wants these men to live. He wants to, to save their lives. All right. However, though, it gets a little hairy. It gets a little dirty. The experts, like I said, they say that the mine collapse itself might have registered on the seismographs. Now, the two aces that Bob Murray, the CEO, has in his hands right now that he's holding is he's saying that the University of Utah and the U.S. Geological Survey have showed that a 4.0 timbalor, I'm sure that's like a little shake, was within the vicinity of the mine that they're working at. And it's already been established.
You got a phone call.
Do I have a call now? Yes.
Go ahead.
Folks, I'm sorry. This show is just going to hell. We have a caller, and I apologize, folks. Caller, go ahead.
I guess I was having trouble calling in because the telephone number wasn't going through. Is this the proper number for the camera?
Oh, that's quite all right. That's quite all right. Who's calling tonight?
My name is Dennis.
All right, and how would you like to comment tonight, Dennis?
Well, I haven't been listening because I'm having trouble getting your show on the computer.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
what is the subject here?
Well, I'm sorry that happened. We were just speaking about the mine collapse in Utah.
Oh, yes.
And have you been following that?
Yes, I have, yeah.
And what do you think about this? Do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, I think that it was actually caused by an earthquake. And
well, yeah, I appreciate that. I was just mentioning that just a moment ago, that the CEO of the mine, Bob Murray, he's trying to take the sides of that fact that, well, he's got somebody from the University of Utah saying that, yeah, it was probably caused by an earthquake. And then he's got the U.S. Geological Survey saying that there was some kind of activity on the seismograph in the vicinity of the mine. But the thing is, Dennis, is that if a mine collapses, there's a lot of tonnage right there. It can, in fact, cause the seismograph to go off. And so we also have another debate here. Go ahead.
I actually think there's something wrong with that guy's mind.
Who? Bob Murray, the CEO?
Yes. There's something wrong with his mind. Because it just doesn't seem right, talking right about the mine collapse. He really doesn't seem all that concerned about it.
Absolutely. I think there's something wrong with his mind, too. I think his mind is focused on saving his ass. Yeah. And I think that's where he's at right now, because he did a press conference the other day, yesterday I believe I saw a press conference, where he went into great details of how much his company and mine facilitate this country with our fuel. Being, what he says, it's the lowest cost of fuel and energy that our country has, and how much value his mine has to this country and to our economy. Now, another side of this, flip the coin here. We know what Bob Murray's doing and who he's trying to size up on his side. We've got a man named David McAteer. He is the former head of the U.S. Mine and Safety Health Administration. They call it the MSHA. He has another theory. It's called an old-style process, room and pillar method. And that's what they do in the mines down below. It involves pillars of coal being used to hold up an area of mine roof. And when the area is completely mined, the pillars are pulled out, causing an intentional collapse. So they want it to go down. Now, Bob Murray denies that this method was used. And they also refer to it as retreat mining, to collapse a mine.
Wrap it up.
All right, I guess we have to wrap it up here. We're getting ready to go to a station ID. Anyway, this process, retreat mining or room and pillar mining, was used primarily from 1939 to 1955. Really not what they use now. They have another process that they use. We're going to play a song right now and be right back with you. You're listening to Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper. Please stay with us.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wave Pictures. You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wavelength Radio presents Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper.
Come together right now over me.
All right, you are back with Cameron Cooper. You're listening to Happy Hour. We appreciate you listening. Once again, folks, I want you to give us a call if you have a comment. We're getting ready to wrap the show up. Make your calls quick. 1-800-421-5308. Local viewers, listeners, 602-288-6794. We've been talking about the mine. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. Bob Murray is trying to say it's caused by an earthquake. Other experts on the other side are saying... other experts on the other side are saying, no, the mine collapsing caused the earthquake. Now, this mine has had over 300 safety citations in the last 3 years. All right? And 118 of those citations were dangerous enough citations to cause death. All right? So Bill Murray's out there in the press right now doing his press release saying, yeah, we're going to save the miners. We're going to do everything we can. I don't know if they're dead or alive. But our company is great for the country, and the country needs us. All right? He's scared. He's running scared. The guys are not doing it right. They're doing this retreat mining, and it's dangerous. They're not supposed to be doing it no more. And the safety inspectors have been in there. They inspected it a month ago. So obviously they know when they're coming. They know how to approach the inspectors and make everything look hunky-dory. And then as soon as they're gone, they're back in there doing it the way they want to do it. So done with them. Now, once again, coming up here at the 9 o'clock hours, the Patrick Adams Show, followed by the Roundtable at 10 o'clock. Please stay with us. And just a quick plug for the PhoenixPublicLibrary.org. They have a great little site. It's called Click On Learning Tool. And you can get access to free, unlimited practice tests for ACT, SATs, GED, EMT, U.S. citizenship, and many exams like that. They also have 24 language study courses that you can learn new languages with. It's totally free. Go to PhoenixPublicLibrary.org. Click on Learning Tools. It's a great thing. And we are approaching Elvis Week. I know, am I running out of time? Can I plug this? Elvis Week is coming up starting Monday, I believe, and running till Saturday, August 18th. And we will have a brand new winner of the first time ever Ultimate Elvis contest. And those winners are going to have a great package.
Wrap it up.
A great package, $5,000 cash, $5,000 shopping spree, $3,000 gift certificate, and they also get a contract for the first ever Elvis cruise, and they're going to be able to entertain us more from there. And folks, we're running out of time here. We appreciate your listening. And you're listening to Happy Hour. I'm Cameron Cooper. Please stay with us. Next week, we'll be rebroadcasting these all week long. Next Wednesday, we'll be back to you live at 8 o'clock for Happy Hour. Coming up next, Patrick Adams Show.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.